Hello Rosebuds, how's it going? So today I wanted to share this speed paint with you guys of a challenge tag that I saw on Tumblr called ImtheProtag, which was basically drawing yourself in different fandoms that you're in as if you were a character in one of those fandoms. And I thought it was such a cool idea that I wanted to try my hand at it. And I think it's also a fun way to sort of see the kind of things that people are interested in. So the first one that I started off with is Harry Potter. I feel like everybody wondered what it would be like to be a student at Hogwarts. And so I've taken the tests, multiple tests, and I'm a Hufflepuff. So I'm really proud of being in that house. It's about being patient and kind and being a good friend, and those are all things that are very important to me. I'm not quite sure what my Patronus would be. I know on the Pottermore website I was a Nibelung cat, I think was what they called it, and so I could see that. Cats are very cute animals, but I don't know, I feel like if I had to pick, I would probably be a bunny rabbit or something like that. Going on to the next portrait of myself in a series. This is from one of my favorite animes ever, and it's called Princess Tutu. And I know it sounds pretty silly, and it is a magical girl show, but when I started watching it, I was blown away by the story and how it was a combination of ballet, which is something I really enjoyed, and sort of like a Grimm Brothers fairy tale. And it was a much more serious and thought-provoking kind of show than I was anticipating from an anime called Princess Tutu. But I love it so much, the music is so good, and I definitely recommend it to anybody who's looking for a magical girl anime to watch. And so I made myself as a character who goes to school there, and that is the school uniform in the show. And though I don't think I'd be in the ballet program, although I did used to take ballet, I decided to make myself as a little art student, so she has her sketchbook, and I feel like that was more fitting since in this series it's all based around an art school. And so I also gave myself the purple anime here. I feel like every sort of dark-skinned character has that purple hair, and so I just thought I'd play around with it too. And then going on to the next series I'm a huge fan of is a My Sims version of myself. Even though it was short-lived, I loved the game series and I loved spending hours playing them. My favorite one was the My Sims Kingdom game because you got to go to all of these different islands and play around with all of the different interests that the game has. So you could have a spooky island and a cute island and a fun island, and I just love that. And all of the characters in that series are also super cute and lovable. I also like to play the original just Sims games, which is kind of funny because I remember being really little and playing the first Sims game on my dad's old computer and accidentally starting a fire that killed my family, and I was mortified. Couldn't play the game until I went into middle school after that. I was so scared of it, but now it's one of my favorites. The next series that I've added myself into is one of my favorite games of all time, and it's Animal Crossing. And that game will take up so many days and so many hours of playing it and working on my town and getting it to be just right. It's super cute and relaxing, and it's one of the reasons I really like it. The next series is Pokemon. I was obsessed with this series as a kid, and it still kind of am. I wanted all of the evolutions, and I still have the same principle when building my team, and that is to pick whichever Pokemon I think is the cutest. Moving on to my next picture, I wanted to draw myself as a character in the fighting game ARMS because I really enjoy fighting games, and this one was just such an interesting and unique world. And so I made myself a garden-themed ARMS fighter, and I think my fighting name would probably be Rosette, just like my art name is Rosette Studio. And so I had a lot of fun with making her hair sort of like a cherry blossom flower and giving her these coily vine tendril arms, and her boxing mitts are just these giant rosebuds that I feel like you could have different special attacks from. Either maybe they shoot out a pollen cloud that stuns opponents, or the rosebuds will bloom and shoot out a laser, sort of like how Min Min's arms has the dragon that'll shoot out a laser. It's that kind of a game where it's just super wild. I mean, what other game could you have a mummy and a clown fighting each other, or a movie star that uses her hair to box? It's super fun, and although it's still not really as known as other games, I do hope that they still keep working on it and adding new things to it, and just trying to build up the community overall, because I do think it's a great game to give a chance. I also just realized that the last 3 things that I've just talked about are all Nintendo properties, but I promise I like more than just Nintendo games. Like this one, for example, that I'm doing is Danganronpa for my next series. These games are all about a school called Hope's Peak Academy, where the best of the bestest are invited to attend it. And there's a little bit of a twist though, because all of these students who are supposed to be going to school are instead thrown into this game where it is kill or be killed. And the caveat to that is also that the other classmates will have a trial to discover who the murderer is. And so it's one part murder mystery, another part courtroom drama, with some other like wild and outrageous story elements thrown in there. And it's such a good series. I really love it. And so I've decided to make myself in that game. And so all of the students who are the best of the best in their fields are called the ultimate something. And so I decided that for myself, since there's already an ultimate artist character in the game, I'd be the ultimate jeweler, because I love making jewelry and accessories, and I once even worked for a local accessory company. I don't know how making jewelry would be a good talent to help me survive a killing game, but who knows what skills would be helpful in a situation like that at all. Moving on to the final series that I'm going to be adding myself into, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I also really enjoyed Korra, but mostly the first series is the one that I immediately fell in love with and really liked the characters and the plot line and the way they were able to combine the more serious story elements with some of the funnier breather episodes too. And so I've made myself as a waterbender. I could definitely see myself traveling around with the theatrical troupe, sort of like the Ember Island Players. That was one of my favorite episodes of that show. And I used to also work in theater, so it's a good fit. So that is it for the ImtheProtag challenge. I had a lot of fun working on it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. It was fun to talk about all of the different series that I love, and so let me know in the comments down below if you like any of these shows or games, and what sort of series inspire you. If you liked this video, also give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more speed paints and other art challenges, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video. Bye bye, buds!